So events and return values. EVM has a logging functionality. So what does this events do? It basically informs the external users about what is going on in the blockchain. So if you see, this is the smart contract. It's interacting with a blockchain. Out here you can just imagine there's a blockchain out here to which this smart contract is interacting. But how will the end user out here or some web clients or applications will know that something has happened out here? It is done by events. Events are a kind of trigger which tells the outside client or applications that some action has happened inside the smart contract and in the blockchain. So how do we do that? The syntax for an event is event, my event, which is the name of the event, and then data type, and then the identifier, you can say. Then again, this is the second data type. I have called it address. So we'll be doing it as the address, and this indexed keyword is used for finding this event in a later stage. So after like many blocks are mined, if you want to check what had happened this time with the index, so what you can do, you can directly go to the blockchain and you can get this or retrieve this data or this event. And this is basically the event definition. But how to emit the event, how to tell that something has happened. So in the function body, you will put an emit statement which will emit this event and will tell the outside application that something has taken place. Then events are mostly used from like return values from transaction. So basically you have a function, let's say you have a function body out here, and from this body you can either return or you can actually give out data, or like you can emit the transaction. Basically emitting the event means that you emit the transaction, that this transaction has taken place. Then these are used externally to trigger functionality. This functionality only to trigger. So like if something has happened and in the outside application there is some condition that if this statement is true and it was false, so nothing. Then if it becomes true by the event, then it will trigger this and some code will work on like that. Then it is also used as a very cheap storage, because in Ethereum storage is a bit of costly. So it's kind of a cheap storage. How? The transactions like are kept off chain. So what we can do for the storage, that we can make an off chain data storage. So here we have the main blockchain running, let's say, and we have some off chain data out here. So this is not on the chain, but there's some data, and then here also not kind of a blockchain, but it will have all the data stored, and after that something of a confirmation from the last block will be added to this blockchain so that it remains safe. It's not on the main blockchain, but you're having it. Next is storage data in IPFS. IPFS is interplanetary file systems. It is the decentralized storage right now, which is gonna conquer the world very soon. You need to look up on it. Just go in the net and search for IPFS. You'll get a lot of it. So that is also a way of storing off-chain data, not on the blockchain, just storing it in some other database and copying the hash from there and putting it in the blockchain. Next, apps can subscribe and listen to these events through the Rpc interface. So there is a Rpc pipeline which makes an interface between the Ethereum client and the front end, or like the Ethereum client and the smart contract in the blockchain. So it's all a setup. I'll tell you all about this in detail. Then not accessible from within contracts. So basically you can't access these events from within the contracts. You can obviously emit it from the contracts. You can define it in the contract, but you cannot get the output of this event or this emit inside the contract. It will obviously go outside to the outside application. So it's like that. I'll teach you more to how to use it in the lab class. Thank you.